Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I am a full-time voiceover artist and audiobook narrator, and my channel is dedicated to those of you that are just getting started out in this wonderful world of voiceover. And through my channel, I answer your questions and share with you any of the tips and tricks and techniques that I have learned along my own journey in voiceover. And in today's video, I answer a recent question about responding to clients for the first time, like on really any freelance marketplace website, like Fiverr. If a client reaches out to you and wants to give you the details of their project so you can work with them on it, what are the questions that you should ask that client to ensure that the both of you are on the same page? So that's what we'll talk about today. So let's get started. How do you guys like my new intro? I'm really digging it. Oh, and by the way, this weekend was a pretty momentous occasion for me. My channel hit 5,000 subscribers, so I am just so thankful and just elated that many people find my content helpful. So for all of you that subscribe and watch and comment and like, thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it. I'm so humbled by each and every one of you. Thank you so much. So let's get into the question now. So these are the questions that I would ask. Let me first set the stage though. Say you're on Fiverr, for example, and a client sends you a message saying, here is the scope of my project. And what do you charge? How long will it take? You know, the typical questions, right, to get started. You, as the freelancer voiceover artist, what are your responses? What kind of questions should you ask that client before you get started to make sure that you are on the same page and that you can, in fact, get that job done for them? So the first question I would ask is, may I see the script? Because you want to see the script for a couple of different reasons. The script will tell you, just by reading it, it'll tell you what kind of script or what kind of purpose that it is. If it's an advertisement, if it's some sort of a promotional narration for some sort of a business product or service, if it's for an audiobook, if it's for e-learning video narration like a how-to or tutorial, because this way you can not only verify the word count to make sure that you're properly pricing your estimate for this project, but you can also determine by the script what sort of rights you need to include into your estimate, like commercial rights. If it's a promotion or service or business, anything that is being promoted via non-paid marketing channels, meaning it's going on their business website, it's going on to a social media post, that sort of thing. Or if it needs, in addition to commercial rights, if it needs full broadcast rights, that is like a second tier of usage rights for you. And those would be needed if this narration is going into paid marketing channels for their product, business, or service, like Facebook ads, Google ads, paid ads on social media, TV or radio. You get the idea. But having that script up front will give you all of that information so you can properly price this voiceover. The second question I would ask is, who is your audience? What is the purpose of this script? Obviously, if it's an audiobook, this wouldn't apply. Well, I guess it would, but a kind of a slightly different question. But if it's a promotional script, I would ask, how would you want this delivered? Does it need to be more of an intimate, like a softly spoken, like it's a dramatic kind of read? Or are you looking for more something that's like like a relatable conversational, like I'm telling my best friend about something really cool? How would you like this read? Who is the audience? What is the purpose of this voiceover? And then the next question I would ask is, after you review the script, you will also verify if there are any uncommon words or words that you may need help with pronunciation of. I would definitely ask for a pronunciation guide. Like, for example, if it's a medical narration, not everybody is gifted to narrate tongue-twisting words that are often found in medical terminology. Google helps out a lot with some of these pronunciations, but they're not always right. I have found that many times. So if there's a word that you're finding difficult to understand or you think you can approach, definitely ask for a pronunciation guide. And that also goes for names. Not everybody has a name like Smith, right? So you want to ask how to properly pronounce any names or any uncommon words, medical terminology, even for like sci-fi books or like a sci-fi type of a read that may have made up places or names, that sort of thing. Ask for a pronunciation guide. The next question I would ask, and I would ask this only if the script looks like it could be broken into separate sections. More or less, you see this in maybe e-learning or IVR, where it's usually given to you as one script, but then there are subtitles indicating that it is separate sections. I would ask the client if they have the ability to split these files on their side, meaning they might have an audio engineer or someone who is savvy enough to take the audio file and split out the sections of audio themselves, or if they would like for you to do that. And most of us offer that additional service of splitting files for $5 for each 5 files on Fiverr, for example. But e-learning and IVR telephony, it's typically what you see that most on, or even some video narrations, because someone will hire you for maybe 5 videos, but put the script all on one audio file. And that leads me to my next question. If it does appear that it is a video narration, and it is one script that looks like it could be multiple videos, and then they also send you a video for reference or in addition to their script, if it looks like they want you or would like you to either sync and add the voiceover to the video, I would definitely make sure you get clarification on that. Because I have had clients in the past that have sent me a video just for reference, so I get an idea of the feel and tone that I need to deliver, or they would like you to narrate the script and then add that narration to the video, or even sync it to either a speaker's, like a lip sync, or they have certain sections of the video that your narration should go with. It gets certain points in the video. So ask that question as well, just for clarification, because not everybody I have found is going to take the time to spell out everything that they need you to do. They're going to just throw some basic instructions, a script, and a video, and then it's up to you to make sure that you get all of the clarification you need to make sure that you're covered in time and in cost of performing all of those specific tasks for this project. And then the last question I would ask, if it was a IVR or a telephony type of a script, I would ask if there was a specific type of format that this client needs their files to be delivered in. Some phone systems require that the files need to be uploaded in a 8-bit PCM format. Some need to be MP3. Make sure that you have the proper format to deliver to your client. And you won't know that sometimes also because they won't tell you, or the client just doesn't know themselves. So if you ask the question, what format does your phone system require for these files? Then they will go, oh, shoot, I didn't even think of that, right? And then they'll let you know what kind of file format they need to be in so you can properly deliver those files to the client. And then lastly, if the script is, or the project is for an audiobook, I always ask for the manuscript again up front so I can review it, again, look for any words that I might have difficulty with and ask for a pronunciation guide, ask for if there are any particular accents that you need to perform in this audiobook, if there are perhaps a dedication or something that is not typically narrated in an audiobook, I would confer with the client or the rights holder if they want those particular sections narrated. Because if a client wants something read that it's not typically narrated in an audiobook, I will let them know that I typically do not narrate that particular section for audiobooks, but ultimately it's their book, it's their money. If they want that section included in their audiobook, then definitely include that with your total word count cost for the audiobook. And then the last thing with that audiobook manuscript, I would definitely look for the page that has the author's name, the title, subtitle, and just double check that that author's name is close to or the same as the username of the person that is sending that information to you. And if it's not, if it's completely different, I would just verify that they are the publisher or that they are the author, someone that has the right to have this audiobook narrated. Because the last thing we want to do is to infringe on an author's copyright and narrate something that does not belong to the person that is hiring you to narrate it. So those are the most common questions that I ask clients for those different scenarios. That was a really great question, so thank you so much for asking. If you have any other comments or questions for me for voiceover in general or audiobooks, or even the business side, or even the technical side of voiceover, I'm here for you. I will try to answer your question as best as I possibly can. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. And if you would like more information about me, my work, or how I can help you get started in voiceover or audiobook narration, please check out my website at voiceoverangela.com. Thank you so much for your time. If you found this video helpful, hit that like and subscribe buttons. I really appreciate that too. And until next time, bye.